So now we're going to learn how to cut a shirt collar. I'm going to teach you about two different ways of achieving your shirt collar, and the measurement you need for this tutorial is your round neck measurement, or you can as well measure the round of the where you want to fix the collar. This is the neck. You can measure from this to this, or you can as well put it together this way and measure it this way. Measure from here, that's half of it. So now the measurement I'm working with is 18. So these fabrics this is a gum stay material. I folded it into 2. That means that 18 I'm going to divide it by 2. So 18 divided by 2 will give me 9 inches. So I'm going to measure my 9 inches here. I'm using marker for visibility. Don't use marker on your fabrics unless you are using a fabric marker. So this is my 9 inches here. That is where I'm working with now. So this 9 inches now, I'm going to divide it into 2. That will give me 4.5. That's this point. So what I will now do is I will measure 1 inch on this folded side. I'll measure 1 inch. So this is my 1 inch here. So at this point here, I will go up by 1 inch or ½ inch, but I choose to go up by ½ inch. You can go up by 1 inch if you like. So I'm going up here by ½ inch. So from this point of now, I'll measure 1 inch. This is my 1 inch here. I went up by ½ inch and measured 1 inch. So I'm going to connect from this point to this ½ inch here with a curve, a slight curve. Then I will also connect this up with a slight curve also. So first I'll have to rule a straight line here to connect my 1 inch. That's my 1 inch point. So now I'm going to give it a slight curve so that to connect it from this point now this way with a slight curve. Then this up also, I'm going to connect it with a slight curve also to meet the So this is our collar stand now. So what I will do now is at this up side, I will go in by like ½ inch. I'll go in by ½ inch here. From this ½ inch now, I will give it a slight curve to meet this place. Or I can go in, you can go in by 1 inch from this point to here, 1 inch. So from there, you curve it. So this is our collar stand now. We can cut this out now. I've cut it out. This is what I have now for my collar stand. This is it now. You see the curve. So now I'm going to cut the collar itself. Okay, now to the collar itself, I've also drawn a line, rule a line here. This line now is our startup line. I'm working with round neck of 18 inches. That means, and my fabric is on 4. That means I'm measuring 9 inches. When you divide 18 by 2, you get 9 inches. So this is my 9 inches here. So on this straight line now, this is my 9 inches. So on this folded part now, I'm going to measure 2.5 inches. So this is my 2.5 inches here. On this pieces side also, I'm going to measure 2.5 inches here. this is the 2.5 inches now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect it with a straight line. And also this way. So here now, at this down part now here, I'm going to go in by 1 inch this way, 1 inch. So this is my 1 inch point. I will connect it to this point. Then on this folded side here, down part of this folded side now, I will go in by 1/2 inch. I will go in this way, or go up by 1/2 inch. So this is my 1/2 inch point. I will use my curve ruler to connect it to this point, here. So this is what I'll do now. You can make it straight if you want to. So this is our collar now. So we are going to cut it out. So if I'm cutting out now, cut out from this line this way, and this way. So watch what I'm doing. So this is the collar now, while this is the collar stand. This is the collar stand. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is to show you how to draft the second pattern, the second way of achieving this. Okay, now I'm going to start the second one. This line I just ruled here is my startup line. So our round neck is 19, so divide by 2, 18 divided by 2, that's 9. So this is the 9 inches now. This is where our collar will stop. So on this folded side, that means you are folding your fabrics into 2. So on this folded side now, I'm going to go up by 2.5 inches from here. That is the 2.5 inches point. On this side too, I will also go up by 2.5 inches. So now, then I will measure from here to here now. I will measure 1.5, because what I'm drafting now is the collar stand. So I'm going to measure 1.5 from this area now. From here to here, I'm measuring 1.5. This is my 1.5 point here. Remember, I'll measure 2.5 here. Then I'll measure 1.5 again. So at this point also now, I will go up this way by 1.025. That is 1.25. 1.25. So now I'm going to get the mid of this 9 inches, which is 4.5. So from this mid now, I will connect to this point 1.25 here. From this middle, I'll connect to it. I'll make it, use this curve. I want to give it a slight curve. That's it. So from this one now, this particular 1.25, 1.5 here, I will also connect it to this point here with a curve also. So this is what I have now. So what I will do next now is to connect here and here together. So now I'm going to measure what I have from here to here now. So what I have from here to here should be 1.25. So I have to use a dotted line to connect it to this point, a dotted line. So what I'll do, I will keep my ruler this way and connect with a dotted. I like using dotted line because it's for reference purpose. So I have 1 inch here, exactly 1 inch. So I'm going to measure the same 1 inch up here again. 1 inch. I've measured this 1 inch here. So I have to use a curve ruler to connect this 1 inch to this point here. So it should be something like this. So now, from this point now, I will go up by 2 inches. That's for I'm drafting the collar now. This is the collar stand. Now I'm going to draft the collar. I'm going up from here now by 2 inches here. So these 2 inches point here now. From these 2 inches, I have to measure like between 8.5 inches to 9 inches. So I'm going to measure 9 inches. I'll measure 9 inches. I'm not using 10 inches. I'm starting from this 1 inch. I don't like using this side. So I'll minus 1 inch. So that's why you are seeing 10 inches here. So from this point now, connect it to here. I'll connect it to this point with a straight line this way. I'll measure 1 inch here. And slant it to this point also. This way. This point. So now I have to connect from here to this point with a straight ruler, straight line. You can leave it like this, or you can choose to measure like 0.8 inches, yeah, 0.8 inches, that's 3/4. You measure like 3/4 inches here, this way. Then you will connect this one to it. No, it's not straight, it's slanted this way. Then curve this one to meet it if you want to curve the tip. something like this. So that's it. Our collar and our collar stand is ready now. So now I'm going to cut it out now. So how I will cut it out. I'm going to cut from this way to this point, and also from this point to this point and this point. That is the collar stand. So the collar itself is from this point to here, this way, and also this way. So now we start from here. Curve it this way. You know that this I didn't put this on fold, but when you are drafting it, you put it on fold. If you are drafting it on your fabrics, that. But there's no, you cannot draft it on your fabric, because after this now, you will use this to draft it on your fabrics, and you're going to put half an inch sewing allowance all around it. So that this is the collar stand now. Now I'm cutting the collar itself. So see it, this is the collar and this is the collar stand. Then this is the first one that we did. This is the collar and this is the collar stand. Have you seen it? So if this video has been helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up.